If elected, I will reactivate Ecomog to tackle insecurity in Nigeria. Atiku boasts. So Atiku is saying that if elected, he will reactivate Ecomog. So Ecomog was the joint military force that was established by the West African countries to fight the war that happened in Liberia in those days. And I recollect clearly that Nigerian military was the strongest force in that Ecomog at that time. So if the Nigeria that provided the strongest military at that time is now being besieged by terrorists, which other countries can help fight it in West Africa? I don't see how that will work. But let's see what Atiku has to say, substantiating his boast. Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, has noted that if elected president of Nigeria in 2023, he will reactivate the Economic Community of West African States Monitoring Group to help tackle the insecurity that has been bedeviling the country. Atiku stated this at a business breakfast meeting tagged Nigeria's Time to Recover, which held in Abuja on Friday. According to the former vice president, the Ecomog will ensure the adequate patrol of Nigerian borders as to keep foreign terrorists and other criminals from entering and disturbing the nation's peace. The PDP presidential candidate also addressed the implementation of the document on the Niger Delta Ministry, saying the implementation process is defective. He said the document was developed by the administration of President Olusegun Obasanjo, during which he was the vice president, and that the plan was to ensure that the resources belonging to the people of the Niger Delta is adequately utilized. Atiku assured those present that if elected in 2023, the Ministry of the Niger Delta will be in the Niger Delta region, adding that he will ensure the ministry sees to the development of the infrastructural requirements of the region. He further promised that if elected president, he will make sure that the region have fully equipped educational facilities that are well funded. Those in attendance at the meeting included small and medium business owners, agri-entrepreneurs, and tech experts. Also present were the vice presidential candidate of the PDP, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State, the Director General of the Atiku Campaign Council, Governor Aminu Tambuwa of Sokoto State, and other members of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council. So what Atiku is telling us here is that when he's elected the president of Nigeria, he will bring back Ecomog to help patrol Nigerian borders. I don't believe Atiku one bit. The reason is because now they have blatantly allowed ISWAP to pass through the northern borders into Nigeria to come and cause mayhem. And Nigerians have seen that secret that it is working. The next thing now is that he wants to use Ecomog as excuse to bring in more militants into Nigeria. That is my submission. Because the Fulani will remain a Fulani. And they will want to bring in other Fulani. The plan has been to bring in other Fulanis, other jihadists from other West African Islamic countries to come to Nigeria to help the Nigerian jihadists to fight and recover Nigeria and claim it as their land. So that will be an official way of bringing in more terrorists, more militants into Nigeria. So I refuse to accept that. That, like I said earlier, when Ecomog was set up to help fight the trouble, right? Nigeria was the strongest military force that make up that Ecomog troop. All right? And it was Nigeria that helped to make sure that that war ended. Even Charles Taylor and Prince Johnson that were fighting each other in that fight, they were also the same people, all right, that were killing Nigerian soldiers there because Nigerian soldiers was too much. I was preventing them from getting getting away with what they were doing. So now that Nigeria is having a major security challenge and Nigeria now is infested with foreign terrorists, which country in West Africa can help fight if Nigerian military cannot help itself? Because Nigerian military, like I said, was the strongest force in the Ecomog as at that time. So this plan that Atiku is bringing is not tenable and not acceptable. It's going to be another official way of bringing the Fulani militants from other West African countries into Nigeria in uniform. And before you know it, they will use them to bring in more people to take over Nigeria. So Nigerians should not believe that for any reason. Now he is promising the second one again, that when elected as president, the Ministry of Niger Delta will be brought in to be located in Niger Delta. I will make sure that the purpose of which is set up is achieved. I will make sure that educational system will be set up and be well funded. Who are we deceiving? We know that if Atiku enters, it's going to be a continuation of Fulanization agenda. And if this same government, the same Fulani people in this government cannot help education system, cannot even pay ASU to go back to classes, why will Atiku do it? He will not. I don't trust him. Though that is what he's promising. And this is the time they will all promise heaven and earth. Because they know that the promising light, promising road, promising healthcare system, promising this and that, it's not working again. So Atiku is trying to redesign the narrative now, redesign the promise now to something different. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. All right? I don't see Atiku fulfilling any of those things that he's talking about. Let's see a bit of those comments that we're getting here. Somebody saying, bad strategy. If you take care of food and unemployment, security will take care of itself to a large extent. A hungry man is an angry man. Leave him for Obi. He has the mantra. Can you imagine? So somebody telling him that the strategy he's using is not the best. The strategy he's using is not the best. So he should leave that. Let him put food on the table. When he puts food on the table, all right, people that are hungry and now that are resorting to several things to be able to survive will calm down, and then they will security will be managed to a very large extent. Somebody is responding to that. That is a fine idea. That is a good idea. Then the third comment here says, if elected, I will do this. If elected, I will do that. All these promises are just mere promises to get into the office and tell us what you are really made up of. All right? So somebody is still challenging. People are challenging these promises because they are never going to work. That is the truth. So those are the promises Atiku is making. Then when he gets to office, what he will do and what he will do to help Nigeria to get better. And he's now campaigning, selling a mantra to Niger Delta that he will help Niger Delta to improve and bring the Niger Delta ministry to Niger Delta or Fabu. So let me have your comment below, and thank you for listening and being part of this channel.